I asked AI to pull the actual housing numbers instead of trusting everyone's opinion online. And what I found is something most sellers have no idea is already actually happening to them. And I'm going to show you the exact prompt that I personally use before the end of this video. But the real question is, if AI is already seeing the shift in the data, why are you still finding out through open houses that are completely empty? So here's what actually really stung the most. Most agents are still reading the market the same way they did 10 years ago. Gut feeling, a headline, a Zestimate style number. They didn't even generate themselves. Meanwhile, the agents that are pulling ahead right now aren't smarter. They aren't working harder. They're just asking different questions and pulling it from a different place. Every one of those automated home valuation tools is built on last month's closing numbers, not on what's happening in the market this week, today, tomorrow, potentially, who knows, but it's definitely, they're not looking at what's happening this week. So the moment the market shifts, that number goes stale, and that is just where it sits there, quietly lying to every single seller client that you have who checks it. That there's actually a name for this, by the way, and you won't even when they get stuck on a number that's wrong for them, and you won't believe it. It's actually pretty funny. But Jay Scott writes about it in the book on negotiating real estate. People won't move or chase they won't change their numbers essentially to chase an equal gain. They move to avoid loss that they've already started to feel is theirs, aka they do a price reduction or correction because they don't want to feel like they're losing more, but they stay stuck because they're stuck on the number. It is a horrible paradigm to be stuck in. No pun intended on the stuck part. Well, okay, so let's get back to this. By the way, it's not a personality flaw. Okay, it's just what Stale's numbers do to a human's brain, especially a seller's brain. That's the real gap. It's not talent. It's not experience. It's that they stopped trusting a number that's already behind and starting to ask a source that's already caught up. Most agents still don't know exactly what to ask for or that the free tool that they've been trusting for years, I've done this by the way, is the reason that they're already behind in the first place. Let me give you an example. I had a seller that would not, and I mean not, move off the number that she wanted because her next door neighbor sold for this price months earlier when the market was completely different, by the way. So instead of arguing with them, because I could have done that till I was blue in the stinking face, I decided to take action. So I went and I asked AI. I personally chose Claude for this. Actually, I went with Claude, and then my ultimate ending was with ChatGPT. And I went and I asked Chat to go find me the last 2 to 3 weeks of actual sales activity. So I want the actual sales in the zip code, and I want to see kind of what was going on, right? And I'll give you the full script here in a second. But you know what? That report did all the convincing that I couldn't do in about 5 minutes. So, what is that prompt? Glad you asked. Here's the exact prompt, and I will post it in the comments below. Here it is. Pull recent mortgage rate trends, pending home sales, new inventory data in your area. So obviously replace your area with a zip code, or maybe compare different zip codes, a city, or compare cities, a county, compare counties. You get the idea. Fill that in and then ask it to tell you if the market is shifting towards buyers or sellers right now. Now, when I first heard about this, I about lost it when I got my report back. And then I went and took that exact prompt and I went deeper on it. And I went to Chat again. I said, okay, I copy and pasted it. I said, write a prompt for me that can go deeper with a seller's presentation with pros and cons and scripts. How to, not comprehend, but compete or, chat with the seller about what the next steps are going to be realistically based on numbers. It's magical. Trust me, try it. So that's just one prompt in under a minute, right? So imagine what else you can come up with. This literally used to take me hours to do piecing stuff together. And in, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, what I came back with is that the rates are about 6.55 per this recording. The pending sales were down 2.2% from last month, and inventory is quietly climbing. It's really kind of trending towards the buyers, and it's happening right now. But most sellers didn't even feel it yet. My sellers were astonished to see their reports. Trust me, it was honestly awesome. They did all the work for me. But you can use this in your market right now. Like I said, use the prompt down below for all listing appointments. But here's the kicker. Why don't you use it for sale by owner calls or pop buys or something like that? Give them a report, give them real information. Guys, you're not waiting for a report to catch up anymore. You're not guessing. You already know what's happening right now this week in your marketplace. Use it. That's not luck, boys and girls. That is straight up leverage. So here's this. Agents who win in this market aren't smarter than you. They just stopped listening and trusting stale number Magoo over there and started asking a source that's actually caught up with the market trends and what's happening. And you can do it starting today. So, down in the comments, I want you to answer one question. What is the one thing that you've been doing manually that you wish you could change right now? So, anyways, put your information down below. Love to hear your thoughts. I know there's going to be some crazy ones, as always, which is awesome. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, have a great day. Bye.